Good morning, everybody. I want to call this February the 17th, already February 17th, 2026 meeting to order. We have with us Pastor Joshua Horton, who's from the Timbers Drive Church. He's going to lead us in our invocation this morning. And our Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Commissioner Pierce. If you're able to stand, we'd love for you to join us.
Let's pray. Lord, I thank you for the beautiful day you've given. Thank you, God, for your goodness. And Lord, I just thank you for each one here. Lord, we pray for wisdom. Lord, I don't know the hearts and lives of the individuals here. Lord, you do. We stand in the reality of your omniscience, all-knowingness, as David declared that you know when he sits, when he rises, and there's not a thought or words that we say before you even know it. God, we just, in that, help us, Lord, to live a life of integrity. One, to know that you know all things, you see all things, but also to have comfort, knowing that you see our hurts and our pains, our struggles, our sorrows. Lord, you are personal. You're not impersonal, you're personal. Lord, be with each one here, God. Give them grace, give them strength. Lord, help them to be able to lead and to make the right decisions. Lord, ultimately, the prayer, God, is for this city, that, Lord, they would turn to Christ. They would turn to you. And, Lord, see their need, ultimately, to see your goodness and your love and your grace. Lord, help. Lord, I pray for each church in this area. Lord, I pray that you would bless. Lord, it's not a competition. God, I pray that you would do a work in each church body. There would be, Lord, a restoration, a strengthening within this community. Lord, help us to be able to come together, to be unified. Lord, ultimately to glorify your name. And we just praise you. We thank you today in Jesus Christ. Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everybody. If we could, City Clerk, take note that we are all in attendance today. And if we could, from the Commission, get an approval of the February 3rd, 2026 meeting minutes, please.
Motion approved.
Second.
We have a motion and seconds for approval. Any discussion or changes by the Commission? All right, all in favor say yea.
Yay.
Any opposed say nay. All right, this morning we have three proclamations from the City Clerk's office. And so up first is a proclamation for the America 250. Jessica Gwaltney is the Regent from the chapter of the Daughters of the American Revolution. If you and your group would meet me at the podium, please. Come on in here. So this year, of course, culminating on the July 4th, we'll be celebrating the America 250. And it's my privilege and honor to have the Daughters of the American Revolution here to receive this proclamation this morning and have a few words. So if you don't mind, I will go ahead and read this proclamation. Whereas on the July 4th, 2026, our nation will commemorate the semi-quincentennial anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. And whereas the journey toward this historic milestone is an opportunity to reflect on our nation's past and honor the contributions of all Americans and look ahead to the future generations who will carry forward the ideals of democracy and individual liberty that make the United States a unique nation in the world community. And whereas this great state of Alabama played a role in the American Revolution with the Battle of Fort Charlotte, which was also known as the Siege of Mobile in 1780, that saw Spanish forces successfully seize the fort from the British. And whereas the National Society, the Daughters of the American Revolution, is a non-political women's service organization established in 1890, whose members are lineally descended from the patriots of the American Revolution. And whereas through the President General's leadership over the next 3 years, all daughters will illuminate our legacy through commemorating the 250th anniversary of the United States of America with intention and purpose by reflecting on the values of liberty, democracy, and the sacrifices made by those who came before us. And whereas from the 250th anniversary of the Boston Tea Party in 2023 until the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Treaty of Paris in 2033, daughters are celebrating our nation's rich history and diversity of experience by honoring all men and women who achieved American independence, as these patriots believed in the noble cause of liberty, fought valiantly to establish a new nation. Now, therefore, I, Mark Sleeman, Mayor of this city of Dothan, Alabama, and in such capacity, do hereby recognize the historic commemoration of America 250. And who am I handing it to? Yep, there we are, right behind me. All right, if you'd like to say a few words.
Hello, and thank you for having us. We appreciate it. Today, we gather to proclaim America 250, the 250th anniversary of our nation's founding. This remarkable milestone isn't just a marker of time, it's a testament to the resilience, vision, and spirit that have defined the United States of America for 2.5 centuries. From the signing of the Declaration of Independence in 1776, Americans have strived to build a nation rooted in freedom, democracy, and opportunity. Our history is a story of triumphs and trials, innovation and perseverance. It is a story of individuals and communities coming together, of forging a union with diverse backgrounds, and of always striving toward a more perfect union. As we reflect on 250 years, let us remember the heroes that have shaped our country, leaders who inspired change, citizens who stood for justice, and generations who dreamed of a brighter future. We honor the sacrifices made to protect our liberties and the bold ideas that continue to propel us forward. America 250 is also a moment to look ahead. The challenges we face today call on us to renew our commitment to the values that have guided our nation. The Daughters of the American Revolution are committed to historic preservation, education, and patriotism. We are dedicated to keeping alive the values that have made our country what it is today. We hope that this celebration of American 250 will give all Americans opportunities to celebrate not just the past, but the promise of tomorrow. Let America 250 be a reminder of what we can achieve when we unite around our shared ideals. Thank you, and may we continue to write the story of America with courage, hope, and pride. Thank you all.
One of my favorite days is Arbor Day, and we have with us our horticulturist, Dan Williams. Come on up. I told him earlier it's the one time I get to see him in a suit and a coat and tie instead of in the work clothes that he does, and I want to say how much that I appreciate you and what you do for the city of Dothan and keeping us looking beautiful with all of the flowers and trees and around the city. So thank you from the City Commission as well. But today we are celebrating our Arbor Day that's coming up, and let me get my eyeballs on because I can't see without them. Yeah. Whereas the economic, environmental, and aesthetic welfare of the people of Alabama is largely dependent on the trees and the forest lands of the state, and whereas trees provide oxygen and help purify the air and play an important role in the water cycle, which helps neutralize wastewater, stabilize the soil, and provide jobs, wildlife habitat, and recreational opportunities. And whereas trees are an economic asset to the city, attracting tourism, increasing property values, and enhancing shopping patterns. And whereas the care and the management of trees through the planning of maintenance and timely removal and replacement benefits our city, and well-maintained city streets benefit present and future generations. Now, therefore, I, Mark Saliba, Mayor of the City of Dothan, in such capacity, do hereby proclaim February 26, 2026, as Arbor Day in the City of Dothan. Thank you, sir. Absolutely. Set up safety things.
Well, this year, as we celebrate the 250th year of since the inception of our great nation, we have a very special Arbor Day planned for this year. Not only did we receive the Trees for Alabama grant from the federal government, in which we planted this past year and this year over 150 trees so far with complete federal funding. We have also been selected as the Tree City USA Alabama City of the Year. So that's a honor that will be recognized by the governor on Tuesday the 24th at their Arbor Day celebration and tree planting at the city capitol. So we're very excited for that. And this year's Arbor Day celebration, every year we do, we honor a special group of people. And this year we're honoring school bus drivers. They provide such an important service to us, getting kids to and from school safely. And putting up with those kids isn't the easiest thing to do, as I remember from when I was a kid, and also stopping at all railroad tracks and everything that they have to do, which I don't think they get near enough recognition. So we're happy to honor them this Arbor Day. The Arbor Day celebration is going to be at the Dothan area Botanical Gardens. There will be a tree planting. We have a great lineup of speakers. There will be David West from the AUFA, who was instrumental in selecting Dothan as the Tree City USA, and Jeff Jeffers from the Alabama Department of Agriculture and Industries, Thomas Moss and Ed Lewis, both from the Forestry Commission, and James Green speaking on behalf of the Dothan Transportation Department. Afterwards, we'll have a tree giveaway and a nature walk with Ed Lewis, where he gives us a lot of interesting facts on different trees and their significance and some of the history, and just a lot of great stories. I hope you all can attend. That's going to be next Thursday at 10 a.m. at the Dothan area Botanical Gardens, and we're looking forward to seeing you all there. I'd like to especially thank the press for being there last year. That was great, and I hope you all can attend. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dan. All right, next up is our proclamation for Government Communicators Day. City of Dothan Community Relations Officer Vincent, you will come forward, and others. How many of people are coming with you? Just you? Oh, here we go. 4 others. That would be, of course, Brittany and Deputy Fire Chief Chris Etheridge, Police Lieutenant Scott Owens, and Leisure Service Communications Marketing Coordinator Teresa Reynolds. Thank you all for joining us, because we do know how important communications is within the government and with all of our citizens, and so we're glad to recognize you on this day. Whereas the role of government communications professions is to inform, educate, and engage their communities. And whereas robust communication in government creates trust and inspires residents to take action and be involved. And whereas government communications create relationships and calls to action, build awareness and understanding through storytelling, engage and foster engagement on civic issues, and use all channels to include people in critical decisions. And whereas it is essential to have strong communications in government because it is a foundational element of living in a democracy where citizens have the freedom to make their voice heard. And whereas the City of Dothan is proud and has deep gratitude and recognition for government communicators' professionalism, dedication, hard work, commitment, enthusiasm, and sacrifice. Now, therefore, I, Mark Sleeman, Mayor of the City of Dothan, in such capacity, do hereby proclaim February 21st, 2026, as Government Communicators Day.
I'd like to thank I'm Vincent Vincent. I'd like to thank the City Commission and the Mayor for this proclamation today. Sometimes it's a tough job, you know, when you communicate with the public, but we take the job very seriously, and hopefully we're keeping you well informed. So thank you for this. We really appreciate it.
And last but not least, certainly, if I could have Commissioner David Crutchfield come to the podium, please. So, Commissioner Crutchfield has the distinguished honor of being a senior commissioner on our commission now. Did you know that?
I'm not all old yet.
A lot of responsibility there. But we do want to wish you, give you honor for being here for 10 years of your time and your talents and your resources and dedication to not only your district, but to the city as a whole. And on behalf of myself and the rest of our commission and the citizens of Dothan, Alabama, we want to recognize you on your 10-year anniversary. So, thank you, sir.
It is an honor to serve, and I continue to be appreciative of those that have allowed me to continue to serve in office, to serve District 6 and in the entire city. So it's a pleasure to work with all the department heads and our city leaders and their staff. It's an amazing organization. The one thing I have noticed over the 10 years that I'm not sure if it's because I'm here, but none of the department heads are left except Todd. Everybody else has left, so I don't know if that's a sign that of me or not or what. But I enjoy it. It's great, and I encourage anybody, whether it's through elected office or just to volunteer to do things in your community to give back. It's a wonderful feeling. So thank you.
All right. Thank you, everyone. We'll now turn to our commission for any comments, starting with Commissioner Daniels.
Good morning. Thanks to Vincent P. Vincent and Brittany Wilkerson for their help for keeping me well informed. Anytime I asked for their assistance, they always said yes. I appreciated the mayor's recent luncheon. It was well attended, well organized, and a powerful reminder of the leadership and cooperation we have here in our city. The spirit in that room reflected progress, partnership, and a shared commitment to moving our community forward. I also want to commend everyone involved in the Dothan Downtown Mardi Gras Parade. It was vibrant, family-friendly, and a beautiful display of community pride. Events like these bring people together, support and local businesses, and showcase the heart of our city. An American civil rights icon, Reverend Jesse Jackson, passed on this morning. I'm excited. There are great things that's projected to happen in District 1. Thank you for letting me be your commissioner.
Good morning. Just want to say thank you for everybody who taking the time to come out and show your care and concern as far as the civic duties and civic responsibilities of not only the commission but all the citizens of the city of Dothan. So thank you for coming out. I also like to take a moment to say thank you to Director Wright. I don't know if he's over there. I can't see everybody, but last couple weeks I had to burn his email up and his phone up with a lot of help I needed with helping out our constituents in District 2. So I want to thank him for his fast response and also his timely efforts for helping me out with that. And just want to say everybody have a good day.
Yeah, I just want to take the time and just commend, I wasn't all on board when we moved the Mardi Gras parade from Foster to St. Andrews, I'm not going to lie, because I like that. But I tell you, it felt a lot safer. It felt like it flowed a lot better. I thought all the food trucks and the vendors all in that parking lot with the investment and also actually showcasing the investment as a commission and as a city as we put downtown. But Clay did an incredible job, and everybody at the city who donates their time. It just felt a lot safer this year to me too, also. So I just want to commend the law enforcement, all the department heads that give your time for it. Randy, I thought it was the best day in Dothan for me anyway.
And good morning. I just want to start by commending the Dothan High boys and girls basketball teams. I think they're in the regional playoffs this week, as well as the Providence boys and girls basketball teams. They're in the state playoffs this week. So good luck to all of them as they go out and try to bring back some hardware to represent our city. I also want to echo the comments about the parade. Just such a great example of a public-private partnership where we come together and work with concerned entities to put on something great for our community. We do know we got some challenges. We got some parking and some bathrooms, but we always want to make it better. And every year, I think this team does an awesome job making it better. So I really want to echo those sentiments. And again, thank our first responders. We did have an officer who got ill that we were really great to respond to, and he is recovering. But we want to thank all of our first responders, not only for him, but just for keeping the rest of the parade safe. And then also, there's been a lot of activity in our community the past few weeks, and the first responders have just, whether they're fires or other types of incidents, they've really just been out there, standing up for us and keeping us safe and responding. So I just want to thank our police and first responders for that as well. Thank you.
Echo all the sentiments from previous commissioners, but we have any idea how many people were at the Mardi Gras parade?
We've not got the numbers yet, but we're going to see about having an estimate.
That's great. The only other thing I have is congratulations to David on 10 years of service. District 6 is very lucky to have you, and I can attest to your commitment to the city. So I appreciate everything you do, and wanted to let you know that. Congratulations.
All right, thank you. On the Mardi Gras, continuing on that, I've been riding on a float for about 8 years. I've watched this thing grow, and it's amazing. Every year that more people, so I get to see not only the crowds, but how the whole thing works. The public safety that goes on, the planning, the trash cans, bathrooms, even though maybe you could always use more of those because the crowd always grows. And it's just amazing how it runs. So there's a group of volunteers to do that, and then in conjunction with the city and the county and others that are involved here with public safety that make that thing work. And it is to me, it's like the biggest family reunion ever. If you watch and see who's in these yards in different places. So it is tremendous on that. So kudos to everybody. I think just every department, probably. I saw dump trucks, leisure, I saw everybody. I think everybody. Ramon, were you out there? I don't know if I but so it's just tremendous. So that's great. I also wanted to, we're getting closer. I know Tommy in Public Works always, it's, why things taking so long, whatever. But if you've been on the circle lately, it's almost done, that phase. So it's great to see that phase. So it's a little bit of paint, little stripes and things, but it's come together, and I think it flows pretty good there. So glad that's almost done, and I'm looking forward to the next location for the barrels on where they go. So that's all. Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
You can clean up from there.
No, I will state that it was a long and arduous process, and I appreciate all of our citizens' patience and our visitors that almost double our city in size during the day. If you didn't know, we grow from about 70,000 to about 105 during the day. How many people come into our city? day in and day out. But I do think that it's looking great, and the next phases that ALDOT will be doing, I think we'll also continue to improve our infrastructure as well. So thank you for mentioning that. We'll add my comments as well on the Mardi Gras parade. It is a huge endeavor on all of our employees as well, pulling that off, and they did a fabulous job and prayed for no incidents and anything to happen, and we were just glad we had very minimal things that have taken place. I appreciate all the citizens that did participate and behave and had a good time and enjoy themselves. It makes it easier for us to continue to do stuff like that and provide a great quality of life event like that. I think somebody said we were like now the second largest in the state parade. So that's a pretty big thing for the city of Dothan and the Houston County and Wiregrass area. But I do want to say thanks to city manager, to all the staff and everyone that had a big part in that. So with that, sir, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First, I'd like to invite up Ms. Penny Faison for her retirement certificate. Certificate of retirement to all who shall see this. Greetings. This is to certify Penny Faison, having served faithfully and rendered outstanding service in the public sector, was retired from the city of Dothan, Alabama, with 15 years, 9 months, and 12 days of credible service on this first day of February in the year of our Lord, 2026. Congratulations. This is one lady you never had to worry about working. Every time I saw her, she's been busy. I always called her the hardest working woman in the city. So we hope you enjoy your retirement.
So I'll tell you guys, I had a meeting when I first got here with my team, and Miss Penny came up and talked to me afterwards, and I didn't know what she was going to ask, but she just wanted to let me know. She had known me since I was a baby. So that was a good way to start things off. Ms. Penny is the first person I've ever had in my career to retire out of my team, so it's new, and I will say this, she's probably the most, if not the most hardworking person I've ever worked with, and just the most determined person we've ever worked with. And as a leader, you hope to have a team full of Ms. Pennies, but it's not reality. It's going to take us a while to replace her. Ms. Penny worked almost 16 years in our operations team, and that team is tasked with the most important job in our department. They clean up the building, set up events, clean up during events, tear down events. It's really rigorous. And what they do is most important because it created an experience for everybody in this building, everybody coming to events. You guys set the tone for the rest of us. And then the reality, too, is when you're in the operations department, sometimes you don't get acknowledged unless something goes wrong. And with that, Ms. Penny performed a job at a high level every day. And then with that, the Performing Arts Department thanks her for her service.
And I hope that I can work sporadic. Thank y'all.
Next, I'd like to invite up Hannah Schreiber with Visit Dothan to give us an update.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
It's a hard act to follow. We've had a lot of positivity this morning. So I'm just going to lean into that and continue that trend for us this morning. Thank you all so much for the opportunity to share an update about tourism in Dothan, specifically for our previous year in 2025. The report you have in front of you outlines the full year in detail, but I want to highlight a few key takeaways. Going into 2025, the National Tourism Forecast predicted relatively flat growth. Despite that, Dothan grew as a market by approximately 1%, equating to $52.2 million in hotel revenue and more than 9,100 additional room nights compared to 2024, even while navigating the loss of a major corporate driver within our market. As reflected in the handout, those additional room nights translated directly into revenue and tax collections for our city and its citizens. Lodging tax collections exceeded $4 million, outperforming the city's budget projections and reinforcing that overnight visitation continues to be a reliable contributor to Dothan's economy. Sports tourism remained one of our most consistent demand drivers. In 2025, Dothan hosted more than 80 tournaments and sporting events, producing over 66,000 room nights and nearly $20 million in direct economic impact, as shown in that report. These events filled hotel rooms with travelers, they supported local businesses, and introduced many first-time visitors to our community. On the marketing side, the numbers were equally strong. In 2025, Visit Dothan's digital and social platforms generated more than 3 million views, with meaningful growth and engagement across Facebook, Instagram, our website, TikTok, you name it, we're on it. Importantly, we saw increased traffic to key planning pages, events, lodging, dining, and attractions, which tells us visitors are not just seeing Dothan, but actively planning trips here. We've also seen that maintaining a comprehensive, locally focused event calendar on our website has become a growing asset not only for travelers, but for our residents as well, based on year-over-year increases in event page views and overall site engagement. We've also been intentional about how we position Dothan for travelers planning trips today. Our website, SEO strategy, and geo-targeted storytelling are designed to meet visitors where they are, including emerging technology trends and a focus on ensuring our content is cited, referenced, and synthesized by AI-driven planning tools. By investing in optimized content, regional storytelling, and platforms like This Is Alabama, Soul Grown, and Garden & Gun, we're expanding our reach, speaking to new audiences, and telling Dothan's story in a way that converts interest into overnight stays. Looking ahead, industry outlooks and STAR data suggest that markets with diversified demand, accessible pricing, and strong event infrastructure, very much like Dothan, are positioned to outperform broader national trends in 2026. While growth is expected to remain measured, our focus remains on converting visitation into measurable economic return. To support that, Visit Dothan continues to convene quarterly hotel and partner luncheons that share market data and upcoming demand drivers, helping align pricing strategies, staffing, and scheduling during peak travel periods. This coordinated approach ensures that increased visitation translates into consistent performance across the broader tourism economy. In closing, tourism continues to be a team effort in Dothan. The results you see in this report reflect shared investment, strong partnerships, and a clear strategy to support both economic development and the quality of life in Dothan. Thanks so much.
Couple of items, just remind everybody, the Department of Leisure Services Therapeutics Program is having a spaghetti fundraiser this Friday, $10 for tickets. As Dan mentioned, Arbor Day is going to be Thursday, February 26th at 10 o'clock out at the Dothan Area Botanical Gardens. The Dothan pageants are coming this Saturday. They start at 5 o'clock at the Opera House. And then we have a public input for the 2050 long-range transportation plan. You can go to the city's website to complete the survey there. And then we're also still having the public meetings for our CDBG meetings. So that's all I have, sir.
All right. Thank you, sir. All right. If you're following along on your agenda, we are on item number 7. And we only have one public hearing today. It's the public hearing regarding the assessment of weed abatement costs against the various properties It'll be voted on in item number 8. If there's anyone that wishes to speak on this particular item, if they would step forward at this time. Okay, no one's coming forward from the lobby or in here, so I'll call the public hearing now closed on item number 7. Item number 8 is a resolution number 2026-29. It's confirming the cost that's incurred in the weed abatement of properties determined to be nuisances and turning the amounts over to the county tax collector to be added to the next regular bills for taxes levied against the properties.
Motion for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for approval. Any discussion from the commission? All right, all in favor say yea.
Yea.
Any opposed say nay. Item number 9 is resolution number 2026-30. It's superseding resolution number 2007-419 and adopting an updated competitive process for the allocation of CDBG resources to community development activities.
Motion for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for approval. Any discussion among the commission?
Mayor,
Yes, I would like to have maybe some further explanation on the effects of this agenda item.
Okay.
Todd?
Well, this whole thing started because we wanted to provide some uniformity to our board applications process. And when the competitive process was originally brought before the commission in 2007, we had a separate application. Okay? So as the system, as the process has matured, we realized we really didn't need a separate application, so we wanted to combine them. Well, I looked at the process. There wasn't really a process in that original resolution. There were several different attachments in there which really had no bearing. Things get changed. The HUD income limits change on a regular basis. The HUD, the area subject to LMI, the low and moderate income individuals, changes on a regular basis. We don't have any control of that. That comes out of HUD when they do that. Are you referring to Ms. Anita's letter, Commissioner?
Oh, just some of the stuff that's actually in the resolution, what I'm referring to.
Okay, so what the resolution does really is it gets rid of a lot of those attachments that were in that original 2007 resolution that really are now kind of beyond where we're at in the process. The original 2007 resolution didn't really have any process to it. So in this resolution, section 1, I lay out the steps that we go through on a yearly basis to determine the applications are correct, and they meet HUD guidelines. It goes through the Community Development Advisory Committee. We give them a large packet, y'all get that too, that summarizes the applications. Okay? Combined with the presentation of the different applicants that come in, that's what they use as a basis for formulating the recommendations that they bring out to you typically in May or June. That kicks the whole process off. We have some federal guidelines we have to meet and timelines that we can't change. So everything backs up from that August timeline. So that's what the resolution does, is it gets rid of a lot of those old attachments that really don't apply anymore and sets out in some detail the actual process that the CDAC, the Community Development Advisory Committee, goes through on a yearly basis to determine the eligibility of applicants. And their recommendations then to the City Commission to award grants based on their eligibility. Does that help, sir?
Very little. But being that Ms. Dawkins is actually present, I would like to hear from her as far as her being serving committee member.
I don't know if is that allowed?
Is that okay?
Well,
Specifically to this resolution item.
typically, we don't, just for the crowd to know, typically we don't, unless it's a public hearing, then there's not comments from the, from the crowd.
Or they signed up for privilege of the
Unless they
floor
signed
for
up
this
for the
particular
floor
item.
on that item. Is there, did you have,
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe, since there's some questions that are out there, maybe we would consider tabling it and let us get some
I would agree.
answers, with regards to, and I believe they have a board, meeting on the 19th. That might give us some time to kind of look at this and get some answers to our questions.
would you like to put a date on the table when to see it back again?
At next meeting.
Next meeting?
Let them meet as a board, digest this, and maybe we can hear their concerns and maybe work together to try to do that.
What's the next date on?
March 3rd.
So your motion is to table to
My
March?
motion is to table it until March 3rd.
Second.
Second. Yeah, yes, sir. That would be great.
All right, well, we have then a motion and a second to table to a March 3rd commission meeting, this particular item. Excuse me, any other discussion from the commission? All right, then all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. All right, motion will be tabled and on item number 9 until the next meeting. All right, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, commission. All right, item number 10, resolution number 2026-331. It's agreeing to apply for selection and to participate in the Main Street Alabama program in partnership with Dothan Main Street.
Motion approved.
Second.
Motion and a second is for approval. Any discussion? All in favor say yay.
Yay.
Any opposed say nay. Item number 11 is resolution number 2026-32, entering into a workspace rental agreement with Grow Southeast Foundation for the lease of certain space in the Wiregrass Innovation Center.
Motion approved.
Second.
Motion and second is for approval. Any discussion?
Great to have another tenant coming in.
Yep.
Very
It'll be
good.
full before we cut the ribbon on it.
Sounds good.
We'd like
New
to.
addition.
Thank you. All in favor say yay.
Yay.
Any opposed say nay. All right, item number 12, resolution number 2026-33, entering into a workspace rental agreement with Generator for lease of certain space in the Wiregrass Innovation Center.
Motion approved.
Second.
Motion and seconds for approval. Any discussion? Comment?
Same as the first. Great to have another tenant. That's tenant 3. That's great.
Excited about it. Thank you, guys. All in favor say yay.
Yay.
Any opposed say nay. All right, item 13, resolution number 2026-34, is designating Mark Saliba as the City of Dothan's official voting delegate for the 2026 Alabama League of Municipalities Annual Business Meeting in Montgomery.
Motion approved.
Second.
Motion and seconds for approval. I abstain, obviously. And any other discussion? All in favor say yay.
Yay.
Any opposed say nay. All right. Item number 14 on your agenda is resolution number 2026-35, accepting a statement of work from Civic Plus for the audio eye and dock access website modules for the purpose of meeting the Americans with Disabilities Act Title Number 2 compliance deadline with implementation in the amount of $9,568.39 and an annual reoccurring services in the amount of $20,001.28.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and seconds for approval. Any discussion? All in favor say yay.
Yay.
Any opposed say nay. Item 15, resolution number 2026-36, appropriating $135,000 in the Dothan Area Chamber of Commerce for economic development purposes.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and second is for approval. Any discussion, comments from the commission? All in favor say yay.
Yay.
Any opposed say nay. Item 16, resolution number 2026-37, accepting a proposal from Auburn University's Division of Outreach for assistance in the 2026 strategic planning process.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second for approval. Any discussion? All right, all in favor say yay.
Yay.
Any opposed say nay. Item 17, resolution number 2026-38, entering into an agreement with Poly Incorporated for an amount not to exceed $110,000 for the Water Street Storage Tank Number 8 rehabilitation engineering services and appropriating the funds for the said agreement.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion seconds for approval. Any discussion? All in favor say yea.
Yay.
Any opposed say nay. Item 18, resolution number 2026-39, entering into an MOU with the University of Montevallo on behalf of the Alabama Traffic Safety Center for the purpose of allowing the use of the Wiregrass Public Safety Center driving range for motorcycle safety training.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion is seconds for approval. Any discussion? All in favor say yea.
Yay.
Any opposed say nay. Item 19, resolution number 2026-40, approving the payment of invoices for the month of January 2026 in the amount of $24,124,160.92.
Motion approved.
Second.
Motion seconds for approval. Any comments from discussion from the commission? All in favor say yea.
Yay.
Any opposed say nay. Item number 20 is resolution number 2026-41, approving other purchases over $30,000 by the city.
Motion for approval.
Second.
Motion is second for approval. Any discussion? All in favor say yea.
Yay.
Any opposed say nay. Item 21 is resolution number 2026-42. It's approving the advanced travel request for city employees.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion is second is for approval. Any discussion? All in favor say yea.
Yay.
Any opposed say nay.
Motion adjourned.
Second.
We have a motion and a second is for adjournment. All in favor say yea.
Yay.
Any opposed say nay.